All right, welcome back. As y'all can see, I got a great brother in Navy. We did so much stuff together, so much dirt. We can't tell nobody because we would get divorced. So we're gonna leave it like that. But today we're still talking about boot camp. And so what I wanted to share with you all is Fred. Mr. Louis Barrios reached out to me and he was telling me about his horror story with Fred. His even worse than mine. I only lasted 1 day and I got in, as you know from the story, and I got a chance to get off of Fred. He did 1 week and he's going to talk about getting up and switching seats. I didn't go into it, but when we did it, we had a IT1. He was obese. He was fat. He didn't care no more. He had about 4 months left in the Navy. And, you know, if Barrios will speak more to it, when people went in, they was doing 400. And then next thing you do 17, 1800. He was like, okay, you do pass and go. That didn't happen with him. When he was doing it, people got caught. And he going to tell you what happened to them when they got caught. So I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. Lewis and listen to his stories because I'm very interested.
Hello, everybody. My name is Louis. I served with Lex for a few times on the Navy, and my experience with Fred, like I never typed in my life. My first time facing a typewriter was when I got to A-School, and I type with only with my index fingers, and I was the same way. I was typing like 500-600 letters, but I had to go to remedial classes if I wanted to go to A-School. I needed to pass Fred, and they gave us different tests. So it was characters, letters, numbers, special characters, and you had a certain amount of time. And like Lex was saying, once that time was up, it was like it'll go through a little process and it'll give you if you passed or failed. I think it was only like 4 errors that we were allowed on Fred. I
Five.
think
It was
four,
five.
yeah, 5.
Yeah. And once you hit that sixth one, it was a wrap, baby.
Yeah, so I was close. I was like 3 or 4, and I couldn't get that 5th. But I had to go to remedial classes, and we had different tests, and some of them were easy. In my situation, I passed it on the hardest one, and I got 0 errors. So, but I had to go a whole week to remedial class, and I was typing also with the typewriter that had no letters, no numbers, no characters, and me typing with only my 2 index fingers, I was able to pass. But like he was saying, with the people switching seats, we actually had, I think, 4 or 5 people that got kicked out of A-School, and they took their school away because they were swapping seats. And the person that was doing it for them also got kicked out. So no guarantee A-School. They went as an undesignated seaman, and they send them out straight to the fleet.
Wow.
But, just because that cheating part, but you need to learn how to type. And I did like a remediation, like for 3 to 4 hours a day for a week. And all I was doing is typing over and over and over. And you get to the point that you learn. And like me with just typing, and I passed it. And like the main thing the instructor was telling me was the hardest test. That's the one I passed, not the simple one, the hardest one, but had more special characters and numbers and everything else on there.
Now, see, he's opposite. That test kicked my butt. He's the one. The little block that all they had was just words. That's the one
Yes.
I passed with. But, oh, man, shifting and all that. He did it with 2 fingers.
Yes. And I still type like that. My wife makes fun of me because I still type like that, 2 fingers. But
I have a question.
I'm quick now typing like that. So
now I have a question. Did you have nightmares about Fred?
oh yes, because if I didn't pass that, I was not continuing to the next step. If you didn't pass Fred, you were not continue. And they got to the point that said, hey, if you can't pass this, you got to go to a different rate. But at that time was Radioman, and there were a lot of people gave up because they couldn't pass Fred.
Yep.
So they just requested. And that time when I went through, that was when the first Gulf War was going on. A lot of people, they send them straight out to the fleet.
Yep.
Some of them volunteered to go.
Undesignated or both?
Undesignated. Yes, undesignated.
And they try to sell it to you like, well, you can go undesignated and then 2 years you can strike again, which means you went and worked in debt. I wasn't
Yes.
trying to have that. After this
Yes.
one brother explained it to me, he was like, dude, you do not want to go undesignated. I was like, you might be right. So
Yes.
I buckled down. I kicked Fred in the buttocks, even though it took me all the way to the end to get it. So yeah.
But once I passed that, I had to go to RMA school, was also there in San Diego. But like we were talking earlier, like we had a system called the RIXT. That's where they put the messages and they read it. So I had to go through that class also. And a lot of people couldn't pass that. And if you couldn't pass that school, you couldn't go undesignated also out to the fleet.
Now I want to say something. Barrios came in what year?
1990.
He came in 90. I was 86. So I don't know. When he asked me about Ritz, I was like, I don't know. Only thing I remember is Fred kicking my butt. Now, Lord, we got Willie, you out there. I know you looking at this. Chime in, man. Hit me up. I want to do the same thing with you. I want to go over.
Oh,
Willie,
yes. And
calling you out.
I served with him too. I served with him in Japan and in Korea and in Hawaii.
He was a Choba child too.
Yes.
So, but I don't remember. I'm telling you, I'm telling my story. I thank God that Lewis decided to come on with me this time. I'm doing this with everybody. We're testing this platform out now, and I want to get everybody on here. If you reach out to me and say, "Hey, Eric, I want to come on. I want to talk to you. I got some stuff I got to tell." Let's do it, because I want this platform to get out there and I want it to grow. So we have a voice, and most important, we get to talk to the next level of leaders that's coming out. I'm giving up 17 years while I've been doing that school teaching, and I have passed out nuggets. I get students still contact me on Facebook, on social media, say, "Hey, Captain Eric, I appreciate what you told me back then. Oh man, everything is going great." I know Lewis got stories. He gonna come back again and again and again.
Oh, yes.
Because we want to blow this platform up, and we want to get the message out there to you all. You're a veteran. We got voices. We don't been there, done that. He got some stuff we were talking about earlier, what he had to go through when, and I'm gonna let him tell it to you because we just talking now. So he gonna tell you about the time he had seen my video about grievance and what I had to go through with Lieutenant Commander Blondo. And I had to put a grievance in against him. He's like, "Hey man, I need to tell you about this." And so a lot of stuff I put out there, I get people come back and tell me, this happened, that happened. If you see something that I put out there and it touches your soul and spirit, you want to speak about it, contact me. Because I don't need celebrities. We as regular people gonna get on here and talk about it, and people gonna find us and they gonna look at it. So before we close out, I just want Lewis to tell us, because he was telling me and I loved it. And we finally got together, so I'm gonna use him as much as I can before we get out of here. So tell me what happened in that situation again.
Oh yes, it came time to evaluation time, and we worked together in ADP, and at that time, like they made mandatory for E5 and above that we need to get their ESWAS. So I had my ESWAS, I had my AW, and when the evaluation time came around, all the people E5s that didn't have their PIN, they got better evaluations than me. So I brought it up to the chain of command and submitted a grievance verbally first, then submitted also in writing, because it was not right. You know, you had a lot of people that all they were doing was educating themselves, not doing no qualification that was required in the workspace.
Yeah.
They're doing college courses, going and getting their CompTIA certifications. And once some of them, they even send them out to school for a year. They come back and they left. But, you know, like for myself, that we're doing everything the right way. And just to let you know, when I came into the Navy, I already had 2 degrees, a master's and associate. So I already knew how that was. And when I came into the military, I was already 28 years old. So I already been there, done it. And it was not like all of these young sailors that came in that all they want to do is go to school and not do the rate. But when I submitted the grievance, they said, "Do you really want to do it?" I said, "Yes, because you're affecting my career."
Yeah.
And, you know, just because you got all these other people that you like them, no, it's about what you're doing in the workspace. And a lot of people didn't agree with the way I worked, but if you get everything done correctly in the workspace, I'm gonna back you up. But if you're not doing the way you're supposed to, I'm gonna make sure you get it done. Even now, as a civilian, I still work for the Department of War. I submit a grievance also as a civilian because we're trying to improve, and somebody's always going to be there try to block you not to get up. Like right now, I'm a NH3. That's equivalent to a GS13 for those that didn't know what an AH3 is. And I'm still working as a civilian and been doing it for probably more. I've been probably 17, 19 years already.
Wow. Now, I got a quick question. What is a GS13 equivalent to in the military?
That's a 05.
There you
I
go.
think
05. Yep.
05, yes, 05.
Yep. So the reason I stopped to say that to you all, they set these up. We didn't set them up. Barry Olsen set it up. I didn't set it up. So they set it up. They set this up that we have, when you're a government worker, you have the same authority, respect, let me put it that way, that as an officer has. So him in the GS13, they just can't walk into his office and say, go do this, go do this. Some E6 or E5 or E7 or E8 or E9. Everybody below him just can't walk in and tell him. He has a media supervisor like me. I'm a GS12. My media supervisor is my department head. So when I go talk to my department head and tell them what's going on in the schoolhouse, people get peed off at me because I don't go to the first class, second class chief, senior chief, master chief. I go directly to him. It used to be a lieutenant commander and lieutenant. Now we got a warrant officer. That's the department head. Why you go to the department head? Why you didn't come to us? You're not my media supervisor. You don't even exist to me. It's illegal for me to even talk to you. I go to him. He deal with you because he's your department head. They ain't got nothing to do with me. So I'm a GS-12, which is equivalent to lieutenant commander for that respect portion. So I go to him and talk to him. So that's why I wanted them to see that. So those that are out there looking, they did this. So I'm getting ready to retire. So he's a 13, so he's a commander. Same thing in the military. I can't bust up in his office as a GS-12 and start yelling at him and going off on him, telling him, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. He's senior to me, just like the military. And a lot of people in the military don't recognize and don't understand that. They think he can talk to you any kind of way. I just had a situation the other day. This first class gonna tell me I was unsat because I didn't update the database, which is not my class. I blasted him just like he blasted me in front of everybody else. I said, who do you think you're talking to? Do you know who you're talking to? I said, you're not going to walk up and tell the lieutenant commander officer and tell him you unsat, and you're not going to tell me. Meet me at the department head at 9 o'clock this morning.
And one thing in that situation, like because a lot of us that were in the military come out in our civilian world, you got to understand, if, like you just said, if somebody's not directly in your chain of command, you can't say nothing to them. It could be a captain. He comes up to you, you can't say nothing to you because you're not in the same chain of command.
Yep.
And I get a lot. I have military that work for me. You know, when I was in Japan and when I was in Hawaii and over here now, I don't have no military. I have all civilians. But the thing is, there's a lot of military that just think because they're a captain in the Navy or a captain in the Marines or captain in the Army, that they could talk to the other military the same way, or civilians. It's two different books now, civilian and military. So we got to go by different rules. And it's hard because you got to learn all that because you used to do it in the military. Now you're a civilian, like you and me, like been plus 15, 17 plus years. You got to learn all that because you're going to be in a leadership position. You got to understand, you got to educate the ones coming out that they think they could keep on doing the same thing. Oh, I'm retired, such and such. Yes, you're retired, but you're a GS7, you're a GS9. You're not that lieutenant commander anymore. You're a GS7 or GS9, and I've seen that. And some of them are happy getting that position because they just want to keep on working. Yeah. I knew a captain. He was a GS9, and he was happy there. And he knew the rules and the regulations, but he was happy doing his job as a GS9.
And that's a flip side. Most of the people I know, they start low and get high, and then I deal with people. I have other GS12s. They go to class and they start teaching. So I'm an instructor. For those that didn't know, I teach ITs become what I did and me and Barrios did when we was in the Navy, which was IT men. So we have them come in, and they would not release their military rank. What do we call you? Tell them what you had told me when what you had told me about when they saw you when he thought you were still active duty and when they addressed you as Lewis and what you had to
Oh
say.
yes, oh yes. They'll call me IT1. I said no, it's a miss. You call me now Mr. Bears or Lewis, but no, I'm not IT1 anymore because he was my chief when I was on board of one of the ships. I'm not going to say which one. And us as first class, we take care of the chief.
Yeah.
So he looks good up to the department head. But if you're not going to take care of me, then now I run into him I'm a civilian. He's an instructor, and I blasted him because, hey, it's not the same thing anymore, man. I said, it's not that because now he's a senior chief. And when I met him, he was a chief, way out of standards. But they think they could keep on talking to us the same way they talked when we were enlisted. No, I'm higher ranking than him now. I'm a NH3 and he's a E9, E8.
And see, that's the reason I brought that up because a lot of people that retired, I know warrants, I know master chief, I know seniors, I know chiefs. They walk around with their lanyards on. This is what you hold your badge on. They got this big old freaking emblem of master chief. They got this big emblem. Now, most of you enlisted do that. I don't see officers doing it, but I see a lot of enlisted. They got the master chief, senior chief, little ranking on their little badge and stuff. And I sit there and look at them, I'm like, why? You retired now.
Yes.
Once a chief, always a chief. Once a senior chief, always. Once a master chief, always. And so I had a friend, Larry. He was lieutenant. He was a retired lieutenant. Lieutenant. And we was talking one time, and I told him, I said, he asked me, he said, why you have a problem with they saying they retired master chief or senior chief? I said, they retired. I said, let me ask you this. Do you go around and tell people your name is Lou or call you lieutenant? Stopped and looked at me. He said, no. I said, so why should they do that then?
Well, I have also another one. A lot of classes, civilian classes. You got all the instructor comes in. Okay, how you want to be called? Write it down in the piece of paper. And then some people, retired such and such. Retired. He said, no. It's your first name, last name. Oh, if you're not going to call me retired lieutenant, whatever. He said, hey, the door's open. You can walk right out. This is my class. You don't like it? Doors are open. And when we came back from the class, about 10 people left.
Really?
They want to be called by their retired rank, which they already retired. And the instructor said, you retired. This is my class. You don't like it. The doors are open. And the thing is, the class was mandatory. So they had to take the class. But they said they were not going to take them with that instructor because they want to be called by their retired status, And he said, no, you retired. There's a reason why you retired.
Man. Lord Jesus.
Oh, yes.
So I got one more question. We don't push it past all 15 minutes. We 20, okay. But we good. How long you going to be working, young man?
I don't know. My son's still going to, and the wife. And the thing is, I got to be busy. I got to be busy.
Yeah.
I stayed retired. When I retired from the military, I stayed at home. I think it was 6-7 months. I had a brand new house in Chicago. I said, man, there's nothing to do. I had to go back to work. And I'm still working. And right now I'm working, the agency I'm working for is Department of War. I was Department of War, not Department of Defense. And I've been here in California for going to 11 years now. This next January will be 11 years. And I did 5 or 6 years in Japan. So I got to be busy, and still right now, all the military injuries I'm suffering now, the back, the hip. I had to retire because my last deployment, I fractured my right hip and I messed up my back and my knee. So you know how it is with the knees.
I know, brother.
You know how it is with the knees.
So I'm done in January. So this is going to be it for me. I'm doing this right here and reaching out to people and talking to people.
But we got a lot more stories from the ships.
Oh, yeah.
Overseas.
We got some stuff to tell you. People have been telling me to write a book. I think I'm going to do this instead.
Yes.
This right here go live on social media, but on YouTube it'll stay on there so I can have a calculation. I'm going to do books also. I'm going to do little miniature books like this right here, stories that we got to tell and stuff. Man, me and Barry has been through some stuff. We was talking about what was that chief name?
No, I'm not putting no name out, man.
Put him out there, man. Come on. I
I'm
ain't
not putting no
scared.
name out.
What throw about that, brother? What's his
I'm not putting no names out. I'm not putting no names out.
Barry's scared. I ain't scared of you. You come and mess
No.
with me, I'll knock you out. I don't lost a lot of weight, but I still got that right
Hey,
hook.
I did slap a couple of them. And one of them was in front of the CEO. He said, "Why you had to do that in front of me?" Anyway, he deserved it, but you did it in front of me.
So now y'all see why well, I'm gonna leave that alone because
Yeah,
you know, in the same book.
you found out about stuff that I did in the radio with somebody. I ripped it, and you said, "Why you had to do that?" He deserved it.
One good thing is when we went through the Navy, you could put hands on people.
Yes, not
Nowadays,
anymore.
if you look at them, now you got grievance and all kind of stuff. Back in the day, there was only one rule when you had to put hands on people. You cannot hit them in the face. From the neck down, you can go downtown and man, that vestibule, man, all you hear, boom, 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 boom. They come back, they get in the shower, they got not purple, black spots all over their body where they don't got beat down. But they face, you couldn't tell that they got beat down before. That's back in the day. Nowadays, you can't do that. And
you can't even tack the crow or the pin anymore. Nobody.
Oh, yeah. I got my beatings and I gave my beatings too. I'm gonna be like Barrios. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, man, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
No problem. I've been following you.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate the comments and stuff you're doing. Like this is pre-recorded. I'm gonna put it live tomorrow. And I'm gonna do more like this, pre-record them because I'm working on his dime and I appreciate it. So I want to make sure I get more people on. And if y'all hit me up, say, hey, Cap, I'm ready. I send a link. We do the same thing, and we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna get our stories out there, and the world is gonna know us for who we are. Again, I appreciate you, Lewis. Tell the wife, appreciate her for letting you lose
She's in the kitchen.
So tell her, yeah, when in 26 though, brother, I will be visiting. I'm telling you, I'm coming. I talked to Davis. You remember Davis? Zima Davis, Lemon Davis, I think his name is. He's still in Japan. And so my daughter, she's going to take me to Japan in January for her birthday in my retirement. So we're going to do 3 days there. So I'm going to visit the base. I'm going to go see Zama, Yokosuka, and Yokota. And I'm going to go hit Aksugi. And I'm going to hit all those areas. I'm going to record everything and show you all. I'm going to get to the base. I'm going to take me a little collapsible fishing rod. I'm going to go out there and throw in the water and see if I catch fish. If I see water, I'm going to drop my pole. I don't care if it's a puddle on the side of the street. I'm going to fish it. So that's going to be exciting. We got so much planned that we're going to be doing here, traveling the world with my daughter, going all over the place. She's overseas right now. We're going to be hitting Korea, Japan, Africa. I can't wait to hit Africa. She went there, man.
I did 2 years in Africa on the military.
How was it?
Sure.
How was it?
That was a rude awakening, man.
Really? Oh, yeah. That's another story. We're going to leave it there.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, man, we got so many stories.
I was there from 2008 to 2010, and I was there doing the Captain Phillip incident.
Really? Oh, wow. So, yeah, we got to bring that to y'all live and let them talk about it. But, hey, brother, I appreciate you, man.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man.
We're forever, never, never. What's going on?
Say hello to XO.
All right, brother. Love you, brother. And I
care.
appreciate you, man. Deuces. All right, I stopped recording now. We can still talk.